I was seeing that crypto is going down a little bit, and then that Elon Musk announced payments on X, which I had predicted a long time ago. So Dogecoin was running up a little bit. I honestly haven't looked. I was just on, I believe, X and saw some tweets about it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I have some Dogecoin, so that's going to be a big one, I believe, in the future, just because of Elon and X and Tesla. And once they utilize it, that thing's going to boom. Not financial advice, but yeah, I like Dogecoin. But I saw Bitcoin was going down, and that it was headed to potentially like 35, 30, and then Elon had the announcement on Dogecoin, so I'm not sure if Bitcoin went back up as well. But before any of the news, that's what I had been told, was that it was going to take a little dip, and I think that's good for everybody who's making money and wants to dump more in, because I think this year is going to, not financial advice, but I think this year is going to be pretty ridiculous in gains on a lot of different projects and coins. Um, yeah, and I think it really also depends on like what goes down this year. If there's like a lot of civil unrest over the election, or if there's another like COVID situation, or I don't know what'll happen in 2024, but I think that crypto will see higher highs the most if there is some unrest. If Yeah, I think depending on who will be president, or who will be, predicted to be president, I think that will also affect the price of crypto, and I think it will be higher if one side looks like they're going to win, and it'll be lower if another side is going to win. I'm just not going to say the sides because I don't want to get political on here yet. Um, but yeah, I think that has a lot to do with like Bitcoin's price. With like one of the parties running, I think we could see potentially like $500,000 Bitcoin in 2024 or early 2025. And then I think with the other party, maybe we'll see like $100,000 Bitcoin. Um, but it won't get all the way up to 1 million, because things will be dealt with in a way that will ensure safety of the US dollar and security in the US markets. And then obviously the $1 million Bitcoin, or maybe it's like 800, or it hits a wick to 900 and comes back down to 800. That would be if another party gets into the office who uh, doesn't really protect the US dollar and US dollar security. So that's my prediction. I think it has a lot to do with politics this year and world events, because I think the run has begun and we really haven't seen a lot. I know uh, stimulus checks were a huge component of the last crypto run. I think people were getting different kind of money from the government for unemployment or for being out of work during COVID. And I think a lot of that went into stocks, a lot of that went into meme coins, a lot of that went into uh, Bitcoin and Ethereum and different crypto coins. So I think we're missing that component right now. We're missing the stimulus checks, the universal basic income, uh, and there needs to be a catalyst for it to really, really get going. And you could argue that the catalyst is institutions starting to buy, with like the ETF going live, and institutions now more and more being interested in buying it at large amounts. Then yeah, that's enough stimulus to bring the market up to levels we haven't seen yet. But I still think retail plays a pretty big role in the next run, and that there most likely, in my opinion, will be a catalyst at some point that puts some money in to the everyday Joe's pocket, and then they'll buy. And honestly, that's when people like me, or people like my friends, that's when they should sell. When it's on the TV, when your uncle's asking you about it, when your grandpa's asking you about it, that's probably when you should sell. And I mean, people who have held for a long time, they are the winners over time for sure. The people who trade it usually aren't as successful. But if you're looking for some quick cash at the top, which I mean, I'd recommend take some off the table, like take profits off the table. When Bitcoin got to $68,000 or whatever the high was, 67, 68, I was at the bar and I was drunk, and I sold a lot, not nearly all of it. Like I kept maybe 80, 90% of my holdings, but I dumped off 10 to 20% at the bar, sent a screen recording to some of my friends who were trading crypto at the time, and it was pretty funny. But looking back, like, I'm really happy that I did that, because I was able to pocket some cash at the top, and I didn't think it was the top. I thought last run, I was under the impression that ETH was going to go to like 10 grand or 8 grand or something, and that Bitcoin would hit 100. That was my prediction on the last run while it was happening. So I didn't even know 68 was really the top. I was honestly just a little drunk and just sold a bunch. But then it came down maybe a few days after, or a couple weeks after, and I got caught holding the bag on quite a few different coins. But Bitcoin, I did luckily make that pretty cool exit on, and I think this next run's going to be huge. And even though my prediction was a little high last run, I mean, I still believe in all the fundamentals and the concepts that we're going to get it to those prices. So it's just time. It requires, like I said, potentially a catalyst, a stimulus. It requires time through the bear market, and we're slowly coming into bull run season, bull run territory. Not financial advice, and I'm a trainer, so I'm an online trainer. I'm a personal trainer in person in South Beach. I'm getting a place in Beverly Hills in the next few months, and I have a few clients out there that I've been working with that want me to come out and train them in person. So I'm a personal trainer, South Beach, Beverly Hills. I'm an online trainer. I am not a financial advisor, but I do, as a hobby, enjoy trading crypto and investing in crypto. So I enjoy talking about it, just as I enjoy talking about supplements and nutrition and different exercises and working out and meditation. I do enjoy politics a little bit. I try not to watch, but I enjoy politics. I enjoy like macro global viewpoints. I feel like I've had an extremely accurate macro viewpoint since I was a little kid. Like, I predicted a lot of different things that happen in the world. Not exactly how they happen, but like, I was an early believer in Bitcoin starting in 2010, and I completely forecasted not how it would go down, but that it would be a global asset, global currency in the future. And it did become that, and is going to continue to become more of that. So I picked up on a specific candidate being elected president, and I was correct on that, and I called that very early. So I've always had and I've always been involved with like the newest up-to-date technology. I had a Facebook probably the first year it came out. I had was on YouTube when YouTube first came out as a little guy. Me and my friends would make videos on different accounts that probably are no longer online. But yeah, I was making YouTube videos, and when I was 9 years old, so 2004. If YouTube wasn't out in 2004, if YouTube came out in like 05 or 06, then I was 10 and 11 when I was posting on YouTube. But whatever year it came out, we were on it. I had a couple friends with channels in my hometown, and we'd do just like stupid, goofy shit on it. And I honestly wouldn't want to watch the videos, but it was cool. I was an early adopter. I was on, I had a MySpace when MySpace was out. Definitely was one of the first people to get a Facebook. So I've always known what's cool and what people like. I've had a good gauge and radar of what's going to be popular, what's going to be successful, who's going to be successful, who's not going to be successful. So yeah, I enjoy looking at crypto, and I work for on the side. I got involved with a startup. It was a blockchain startup back in 2021. I joined the team, and I'm the head of partnerships.